Are you a Kings fan wondering what the heck the Kings are going to do at the trade deadline? Well, fear not, because I have spent countless hours online looking at random rumors and just basically getting an idea of what the Kings are going to do. So, I'm here to share all that information for you because most people don't have that time. So, leave a like and subscribe. And I should clarify, I do not have real sources. These are all reports I have found from trusted sources, just on Twitter and things. But I just wanna I just wanna emphasize I am not an expert. I do not have any connections to the Kings front office. But here is a guide to the Kings deadline. So, who's available for the Kings? You may be wondering. Everyone that is not named Keegan Murray, Nick Clifford, and Maxime Renaud, that's fair game to be traded. And I should add Dylan Cardwell in this also, not because not because he's so valuable that we can't trade him, but he's young. Kings probably aren't going to trade him, and he's on a two-way, so there's really no point. I'm not even sure if that's possible. But Scott Perry is the GM, and he has said countless times that these are the three guys that are not available in trade docs. Keegan is not available simply because he signed his extension really late and therefore is not trade eligible until after the deadline. Renaud and Neek are our two rookies, and they're both doing pretty good. So we're trying to build a core around these guys. So what should we know about the Kings deadline? The deadline is February 5th, 2026 at, I believe, 3 p.m. Eastern or Western time. Scott Perry is the GM and claims to have full control of the team's moves going forward. Now, I don't know how accurate that is given the Kings owner's Vivek. He tends to meddle a lot, but we'll see. We'll see how long that goes. He says he does not want to make rash, quick decisions, as they rarely work. He wants a full scale rebuild. He has given this rebuild like a 5 to 7 year timeline, which is going to take a while, but that makes sense. And he wants to turn the team from old and expensive, basically just to young, and players that fit his culture. Main wants getting younger, cheaper, and getting young guys to fit a culture. These are his 6 pillars. Honestly, it's a little corny when he says it, but whatever. If you were interested in his philosophies. So these are my personal opinion based on every player that we haven't named yet on the odds of them getting traded. Keon Ellis, I'm fairly certain he's gone. We have botched the Keon situation so much. It's best he probably just we get rid of him. Malik Monk, he has been listed in rumors ever since Scott Perry was ever since he signed to be the GM. So I'm pretty sure he's gone too. Zach LaVine, there is only we're gonna get into each player specifically, but I am very aware that Scott Perry does not like Zach LaVine. DeMar DeRozan, he's old and he's still good, so that's probably why. Domantas Sabonis, I'm pretty sure Perry doesn't want Sabonis either. Also, he is one of our more valuable pieces. Dennis Schroeder, 50-50. I would have had him lower until this Kings offense is kind of going crazy right now. And by crazy, I mean they're not sucking. They're probably like mid at best. But 50% because teams want a point guard and they will trade like if the offer is too good, like a first round pick, then yeah, you got to get rid of Dennis. Devin Carter, yeah, he's gone. He's been in trade rumors literally the second Scott Perry became the GM. Russell Westbrook, I really don't think he's going to get traded. He should. He's a vet. He deserves a chance to ring chase. I don't think he's getting traded, though. Precious, he's not going to get traded. And all these guys, McDermott, Sarge, Eubanks, those guys, it's if they get traded, it's because they need to match salaries. So let's analyze each player. Keon Ellis, a 3 and D guard who cannot find consistent minutes for God knows what reason. Ellis's camp is reportedly unhappy, and he will not re-sign or sign an extension unless the Kings overpay. My source for this is the Sack Radio Show. I believe James Ham said this. Every team in the league is interested in him. He's making like $2 million a year. He's an expiring contract, and he's only 25, 26 years old. So yes, he would greatly help a contending team. His value is probably a late first round pick, maybe a young player. I'm not quite sure, but that's probably his value. Malik Monk, an energy guy off the bench. He has the talent to be a starting 2 guard. He makes 19 mil a year for the next 3 years. It's not that bad of a contract. People act like it's awful, but it's really not. The value reported around the league, it's very little to what us Kings fans may have thought because we love Malik Monk, so we probably overvalue him. But apparently the league does not feel the same. There's 2 teams I've seen that are interested in him. They are the Timberwolves and Bucks. Probable return, salary match, and a second round pick. I've seen some people, when they make a trade, like the Timberwolves trading for him, they throw in Rob Dillingham. So maybe a young guy in return that the team is giving up on, but you're probably not going to get much. Zach LaVine, I hate you. Please, someone get him off this team. That being said, he is a great elite scoring 2 guard. He could shoot the lights out, and he is one of the best scorers in the league whenever he wants to be. And that's the key. I don't think he wants to be here. So that's probably why he's very inconsistent. And when bought in, his defense is borderline average to above average, which that's fine. You just can't be a negative. Makes 47 mil this year with a player option he most likely will take because I don't know anyone that's going to give this guy 50 million. He is not happy in Sacramento. His camp reportedly tried to orchestrate a LaVine for Trey swap in the offseason, but the GM said no. Our GM said no. Only one team has had reported interest, and that is the Milwaukee Bucks. You're going to see their name a lot because they are in desperation mode. His projected return, salary match, and probably like a second round pick. You're not getting a first for Zach LaVine. Unless the Bucks are crazy enough to do that. If you do get a first, it's going to be lottery protected. DeMar DeRozan. An aging vet, he's still got it. He's like 35, 36. He's basically won us like half of our games this season. Every clutch game we've won is because of him. He always shows up in the clutch. So any contending team that is struggling to close games, they should look his way. A solid 3rd or 4th option on a contender. Making 24 mil this year. Only 1 more year left on his deal. So it's really not that bad of a contract. Not really any strong interest from teams, but any desperate contender may be willing to take a swing. I'm projecting that it's just going to be salary match, maybe a second round pick. I know near the start of the season, the Clippers may have been interested. People were saying John Collins for DeMar swap. Not sure how they feel about that now that the Clippers are kind of on a roll. I believe they might have a play-in spot after tonight because they did beat the Wizards. Domantas Sabonis. Someone please take him. It's time. He shouldn't be on this team anymore. He's probably the most valuable trade piece for the Kings this trade season. And he makes 42 mil this year with 2 years left. It reaches 48 mil in his last season. A great fit for any team who just needs rebounding and playmaking. He gives a good floor for any playoff team. Sabonis is always going to get you like at least 8 rebounds. If your team needs help like screening for guards or I don't know, pick and roll, he's pretty good at that. Interested teams: Raptors, Bulls, Suns, and Wizards. As you can see, he's probably going to give us the most value because the most teams are interested in him. I have heard the Hawks are interested in him, but I cannot put that like in this video because I'm not sure how real that is. But I do know that Raptors, Bulls, Suns, and Wizards have all reportedly have interest. Recently, the Raptors attempted to get him with 2 bad contracts, but his return's probably salary match or young guy and maybe a late first rounder. Dennis Schroeder, he's a good backup point guard. Makes 14, 15 million. He's still got 2 years left after this season. Any contender that needs a point guard, they should be interested. Probably not going to get traded, as the GM and Doug Christie love him, and this was Scott Perry's first move, I believe. Possible return is like a pair of second round picks. You're not going to get much for him. But Devin Carter, a small, quote unquote, young point guard, because I think he's like 24 in his second season, or 25, I don't know. And he's defensive oriented. He's supposed to be traded. That pick was supposed to be traded on draft night to get Fox some help, but I believe we backed out for some reason. League doesn't really have an interest in him. You probably get another team's failed draft pick in return if you do trade him. So let's talk about some current rumors that I've seen online. Jonathan Kuminga. This is the name the Kings have been linked to ever since late July, probably. It's no secret that the Kings want Kuminga. I would love to trade for him, as long as we're not overpaying. I must say that he is only got 20 years old. Low risk, high reward type of trade. Just do not overpay, please. The Warriors do not like what the Kings are offering, which is Monk and probably a second round pick now. In the summer, they did offer a lottery protected first round pick, but apparently the Warriors didn't want that, which is kind of crazy because that offer, they'd take that in a heartbeat now. It would have to be a 3-team deal, is what I'm hearing online. And Kings could potentially help the Warriors if the Warriors do a 3-team trade with the Nets for MPJ, or the Bucks for, because I believe the Warriors are interested in Bobby Portis. So Kings could potentially make a 3-team deal and land Kuminga in there. Ja Morant. I don't think Perry would necessarily like Morant. If you can get him in just a swap for like Levine, Sabonis, or DeRozan, then yeah, that's a pretty good trade, honestly. The current offer I saw online was DeRozan and Devin Carter for Morant, which, yeah, that's probably a good deal for us. I'm not opposed to it. I would love it if it gets rid of Sabonis or Levine, but recent reports, I'm pretty sure Carmichael Dave, he said that he has not heard from the Kings, and Grizzlies have not talked recently. So it's probably not going to happen. Anyways, do not attach any picks to it without lottery protection. That's the key for the Kings. Do not attach picks unless they are lottery protected. Please don't do that. That's going to slow this rebuild down even more. The Raptors and Sabonis. So Kings reportedly rejected a trade centered around Pirtle, Quickly, and for Sabonis. Please, for the love of God, don't get Quickly's contract unless they're giving you a first round pick or two. Please do not take Quickly's contract. It is so bad. So, my dream Raptors trade, it'd be Sabonis for RJ, Pirtle, and a first rounder, either 2026 or 2027. If you do 2027, they could make it lottery protected, but I'm pretty sure they're going to make the playoffs, so who cares? But that's not a bad deal. It they are trying to figure out what they could do with Pirtle, RJ, and Quickly's contract. If they could get a star, I hear they're trying to get Anthony Davis, John Morant, Sabonis, but just don't take Quickly on without getting at least some picks, okay? Quickly's contract is awful. It's like 30, 35 mil. I forgot what it was, but it's like for the next 5 years. It's awful. Please do not do that. Anyways, thank you for watching. This is my first video back after a while. I'm not gonna lie, the Kings low-key killed my love for basketball, and I didn't really want to talk about basketball unless the Kings were actually doing something. So let's hope they do. I do want to make like this type of video more frequently, just talking about the Kings, because that is my interest right now. I will still make videos about around the league, but I do want to focus content around the Sacramento Kings right now. So leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time when the Kings do something.